Welcome to the Compensation Basics section of Keep Your Cash. Now, for you to be able to make the most profit, to keep the most cash into your business, you need to have a fundamental understanding of how compensation works. And that's what we're going to do through this section. We're going to walk through a high-level scenario to give you a compensation basics so you can understand how you get paid in Primerica. And so with this, we're going to dive through a client example of them paying a $88.75 a month pack for a life insurance policy. Now, the first thing that you need to do is that at home office, we always will annualize a premium to see how much the client is going to pay for the entire year. So if you take that $88.75, you multiply it times 12, it gives you $1,065 for gross bonusable premium. Now that's an important number for you because that's what's going to show on the leaders board. That's what's going to give you your contest. All of the things that we run around here for Primerica, that gross bonusable premium is that $1,065. But that's not how much you get paid off of. The first thing that you need to know is the policy fee. You see, we don't pay on a policy fee. So you're going to notice that $1,065, we subtract out the $65 policy fee, and then we determine what's the commissionable premium on this sale. In this example, it just miraculously comes out to an easy $1,000 for us to be able to walk through this example. Now that commissionable premium is what we use to determine what you get paid, but it all depends on what contract level you are at. So you're able to go out and look at all the different contract levels, but with that being said, we're going to use this the idea of a division leader in this one, which is a 60% contract. So if a division leader were to go out and sit with the client and help them with this life insurance policy, they would make 60% of that commissionable premium. So 60% of that $1,000, that's a $600 year, first year earned commission to be paid to you, the representative. But that's the total amount. It doesn't bring into the fact of the timing of when you get paid. And so we want to make sure that as you're going through this, that you're going to understand not just how much you make, but the timing of when you get it. Now, the first thing that you're going to see is on this slide is you're going to notice that our first year commission of that $600 for division is there. And then we're going to give an advance rate of 75%. Now, what that advance rate is that we're going to actually pay you as if the client has paid for their policy for 9 months. You see, and what that advance commission now looks like is $450. Now, as a division, you're excited, you make $450, but there's still more money to be made on the table, and that's what we call an earned commission. There's another $150 that is still on the table, so as the client pays for month 10, you get a $50 check. If you pay for month 11, you another $50 check. That's how an earned commission works through this process. And so you need to understand not just how much that you get paid, but when you get paid as well. And so compensation basics is truly an important part for you to understand because I want you to make every dollar you deserve. And so this next slide is going to be the most important slide that you're going to see through this entire series. This next slide tells you the 2 things you need to do to maximize your cash, to keep all the dollars that you want, to be able to make sure you have the most profit possible as you go through this. So here it is. The first thing that you need to do as an agent is you need to make sure that application becomes a policy. Now, if you plugged in during the business philosophy, we talked about that cheeseburger stand. And so let's utilize that analogy and that example to understand how this plays out in life insurance. You see, in life insurance, you have to make sure that application turns into a policy to make sure you get your commissions. In a cheeseburger stand, it would be like somebody walking up to your cheeseburger stand, ordering a cheeseburger. You start cooking that cheeseburger. But if the client were to walk away and not pick it up, how much profit did you actually make? Well, we made no profit because the client walked away. It actually cost you money as a business owner because you started to cook the cheeseburger and they walked away, so you lost a profit. The same is true in life insurance. If you submit an application that never becomes a policy, we turn around. Number one is that the first thing that's going to happen is that clients' $88.75 they gave to us for that policy, we're going to send that back to the client because they never got what they ordered. And now with that, what we're gonna want back in this example is that from the division, that $450 plus a $25 policy fee. This is your largest profit loss as a business owner. You know, in this example of the cheeseburger, how often would you want that to happen, to turn around and have somebody order a cheeseburger and then walk away without ever paying? You would want to limit that down, and we're going to teach you how to focus on that and during this Keep Your Cash series. But it goes further than that. The client must pay for 12 months. You see, every month that the client pays is prorated how much you will make in your commissions. Now, the best way I love to describe this example is it takes 12 bites for your client to finish their cheeseburger. But whatever they don't eat, you have to pay for. And so the idea is that we want to make sure our clients not just order a cheeseburger, right? We want to make sure that they finish their cheeseburger. Now, here's the challenge, and I'm going to lay it out, is the idea is that we get recognized for how big of a cheeseburger we sell our clients, but we get paid for how much they eat. Ooh, sometimes that's the hardest part for us because we want that recognition, we want that production credit, but at the end of the day, it's not just about the production credit. It's are the clients happy with the product that they have? You see, one of the things I want you to understand as you start seeing how compensation basics work, even though we send you an advance when the application comes in, you truly don't get paid until the client keeps their product. You know, this is probably the first time for a lot of individuals who will get advanced a paycheck before they actually finish the job. You know, if I had a part-time job down at a coffee shop or whatever it might be, and if once I get my paycheck, the company's not going to call me back and say, hey, Steve, you need to come back to the store and make a couple, coffee drinks for me, a latte, because you still haven't finished your deal. No, once that money hits my account in the coffee shop example, it's my money. But in Primerica, it's an advance to make sure. So you need to focus on making sure these two pieces of your business are a high priority when you're running your business. So the first one, once again, is applications must become a policy. Number two, the client has to pay for 12 months. So I want to make sure as you have a takeaway today is how focused are you on making sure your applications turn to policies and your policies are being paid for over 12 months.